Now, ladies and gentlemen, Lunar New Year, otherwise known as Chinese New Year, which is actually just the next couple of days away. Now, you may be sitting here and asking yourself, how and why does this have anything to do with CSGO? Specifically, some of your investments, and how does that predict or tell us if things are going to go up and down anytime soon? Well, in today's video, I'm going to do that and some more. I'm going to explain to you guys what Chinese New Year is, how does this affect CSGO, and if it does, why? Has it done this in the past? Why China is a pretty important factor into CSGO, one, its economy, but also the player base, which also ties into investments, but also what's going on outside of everything, right? What's going on in China that can tell us if new money and new people are going to be coming into the game anytime soon, and if things are going to change in a good or bad way. And also some things that may go up or down, like certain patterns on skins and certain themes of different items based on spiritual beliefs in China.
Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
So first, I'll start off with what Chinese New Year is. What is Chinese New Year and why is it celebrated? Chinese New Year celebration is an annual 15-day holiday, so it's very long, 2 weeks plus a day. It's centered around removing the bad and the old, specifically with energy, and welcoming the new and good. It's time to worship ancestors, exorcise evil spirits, and pray for good harvest. Today is also celebrated by Chinese communities outside the country, which is also very important. AKA, it's a 15-day annual holiday with lots of spiritual beliefs that go on in China and other places in the world. And what that pretty much means is a bunch of kids get a lot of money, same with adults, and they like to spend it on CSGO. That's why the market, and some people like to say, it goes up a lot during this time. Now, how does this affect CSGO, and does it at all? Well, first to take a look at the Chinese population inside of Counter-Strike, which is actually a pretty big factor, and if I had to guess, probably takes up 40% or more of the CSGO player count, and has been the reason this past couple of years we've seen such a spike up in skins, especially the skins market. The days of seeing Karambit Tiger 2 set that $500 to $600 price on Steam is officially over. The new wave of players is here, and that has risen skins. This may be a stretch, but I think the reason skins, and CSGO is here today still being updated as little as it is because of this market and from the Chinese migrating to CS. Now, how has this affected CSGO in the past? I'm going to go off of 2022 on the videos I made last year and the hype surrounding it, and has it affected years before? So last year was definitely more discussed, I remember, than any other year. It was also the first year I remember people really talking about it as well. A lot more YouTube videos, Twitter posts, Reddit threads, and a lot more. We did see some hype here and there at the very beginning of the holiday. A lot of people predicted that cases would go up quite a bit. Yes, unboxing rates did go up, but it wasn't anything too much to notice. Like, I mean, if the entire holiday was wiped off the grid and no one knew what was going on, I think people would just suspect that the market's growing a little bit despite having no operation once again. Very similar to IEM Rio 2022. When this sale gets removed, if no one knew that the sale actually got removed, I don't think people would really notice much or blink more than one eye. What was so important last year and why we saw such a big rise in skins in a very short period of time, and it's pretty much stuck up until now, especially some of the lower tier ones, was because of a Chinese renting site called Upin that appeared out of nowhere and pretty much the blue. At the very end of Chinese New Year last year, Upin came out of nowhere. It's pretty much a renting skins website, very similar to Loot Bear, which that's pretty much been a failure, I would say, because you make next to nothing, especially if you have like over $100,000 in your store. This is a little different. You actually make a decent amount of money. So what Chinese people were doing, and people globally, were obviously you want to spend the least amount of money to make the most possible. That's what they were doing. They were buying up with the lower tier skins, which was creating a very large hype with lower tier items, especially some of these knives. Some of these skins and a lot of these knives were in that $100 category, specifically with knives. Later that year and into 2023 into the $200 plus category. And well, I have proof to prove that, because if you go look at all my videos that I've done on the best cheap knives for $100, $200, $300, those are all completely outdated, especially because they were posted at around the same time this was. So do I think this year is going to be as big as last year? Most likely not, unless some big website comes in like Upin to take over the scene for a couple of days. I think things are going to go as per normal. I think we'll see some cases here and there go up, but nothing crazy. Some stickers, like if the Rio sale gets removed around this date or in that holiday, some of those could go up, for an example. Maybe some older stickers. Nothing that you should probably not sleep about. I think something that's also very important to talk about and note on is what's going on in China currently. Now, China really, ever since the pandemic, has been an absolute gong show. The economy is hurting, people are starving, but yet again, like everywhere else in the world, people still seem to be having money to play, but also buy skins skins inside of CSGO, which is why the economy inside CS has risen despite everything else going on, not just in China, but everywhere else in the world. Which leads me to believe the people who haven't stopped, despite everything going on, are here to stay. The people who want to invest into CS most likely already have. I think we'll get a few new average Joes here and there, buying a few skins, maybe buying some higher tier ones. I think we'll see more unboxings and capsules and cases, especially some of the more recent ones, which will be good if you want to die down some of that quantity, especially in something like Antwerp. And certain stickers, maybe like Tyloo, for an example, might get some hype because they are a Chinese team. The Dragon King, because they like that stuff in China, ties into their spiritual beliefs. Another thing to note on spiritual beliefs, also tying into CSGO with skins, is as the thumbnail suggests, Year of the Tiger. Now this is a completely different thing that also goes on with Chinese New Year. Year of the Tiger is a 12-year cycle, and it happened last year in 2022. The tiger tooth knives and really anything to do with tigers like the Bengal tiger rise for a very short period. Now was this because of this? Most likely, especially it being Year of the Tiger. Will it happen again? Probably not, because it's a 12-year cycle, but it just goes to show what something like this, and if a big population in CS or any sort of thing in life has an effect on the market, does. Let me know what you guys think down below. I feel like this was more of a history lesson than an actual CSGO video. This is the weirdest I've felt making a Counter-Strike video in some time. But let me know what you think. Did you learn anything new? Do you think they're going to have a big impact in CSGO this year like they have the years prior? Or do you think things are most likely just going to stay the same? We'll see some hypes here and there. Overall, I don't think things are going to change much from what they are and have been the past couple of weeks, maybe months. Like I said, maybe some hypes here and there, but they'll go down or up naturally most likely in the end. And compare this to other years, it's not something to lose sleep on or pray for an investment to rise. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.